I was definitely in a place where I didn't know what I wanted out of life. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted to grow. And I felt my self esteem was just not where it should be. And my confidence and my belief in myself just wasn't where I needed it to be. Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shandacia and I am so glad you are here today. I'm going to be sharing with you something that is truly close to my heart, and that is embracing femininity. And I wanted to give you some practical things that will help you to embark on this journey in the most realistic way, and you can start as soon as today, as soon as you are finished watching this video. So whether you feel like you are a beginner or you are new to this sort of thing, maybe femininity hasn't been something you thought about embarking before, or maybe this was your New Year's resolution, you really want to get more into femininity and you have your reasons why, and we'll talk about that soon. This is going to be a great video for you. For me, I started working on my femininity, I would say my late 20s, right before I turned 30. So I would even say maybe 27 is kind of where I started working on it, started learning more about it, started to follow different creators on social media. Actually, I first started with podcasts and started following some different people that were discussing it and talking about it and sharing how to do it. And not only just doing it, but doing it in a godly way. I was so happy and I learned so much, and it truly helped me to grow. I was definitely in a place where I didn't know what I wanted out of life. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted to grow. And I felt my self-esteem was just not where it should be. And my confidence and my belief in myself just wasn't where I needed it to be. But it wasn't until taking the time to learn more about myself, learn more about this area, and understanding God in this area, I started to feel so much better about myself. Turning 30, even though it was still kind of scary to do, like I cried so hard, but I am glad to be here, and being feminine and being 30 has been amazing. So I don't know if that's you and you are scared to age, then you definitely are in the right place, because we're gonna talk about how this process can actually be a lot of fun. Whenever you are embarking on something different, it is so important to ask yourself why. So what is your why? Why femininity? Why are we doing this, and why are we doing this now? This is something that I ask myself on the daily, when I decide on different things, when I decide on different topics to bring to you guys, I question myself a lot. I ask myself, why am I talking about this? Who is this for, and who's gonna want to listen to this? And it's not because I'm discouraging myself or because I don't think I'm good enough to do it. I just want to make sure that I'm being authentic about it. And if you want to be able to grow in this area in an authentic way, asking yourself why you're doing it and digging deep into the answer is a great way to start. I don't want you to think, or I don't want your whys to be shallow. I don't want you to say things like you want to dress better, or you want to meet a man, or you want to get married. I mean, some of those things are actually not that bad, but I don't want it to be so shallow to where it just becomes nothing deep. Dig deep. Think about the future you a year from now, you 10 years from now, you in the spaces that you want to be in the different areas of life that you want to be in, you being married, you being a mom, you being professional in your career, you being an entrepreneur. Who do you want to be in those areas of your life? Those are the questions that you should ask yourself. So get yourself a pen and paper or a nice pretty journal and write down your answers and write down your whys, and you can discuss this in the comment section below. So if you are free to share and want to share your why, you should comment down below and let's chat. My why is very personal. I wanted a better life for myself. I wanted to feel better about myself. I wanted to just love on me. And I was always seeing people make their videos about loving the woman they're in, loving the woman they're becoming, and I wanted to be able to do that. I wanted to be able to love me. And one of the ways to do that was following femininity. I always kind of felt like I was a feminine person for a very long time, but I definitely hid that because I felt like it just wasn't cool. Like, I was made fun of for being soft, I was made fun of for being pleasant, or people thought that I was acting or being white. I've been called an Oreo, so many things. But I decided, you know what? I'm just going to embrace this side of me because I do like it. I do like it here, and I want to get better at it. And I feel like I'm losing myself trying to be like everybody else. I was like, you know what? If this is how I'm going to be different, and if this is how I'm going to be myself and who God wants me to be, then I'm going to do that. So in order for us to truly understand what femininity is, we have to know what it is not. And I wanted to talk about 3 different misconceptions that femininity tends to have, or what people tend to think of when they think of femininity in general or as a whole. One of the key major misconceptions is that it's all about weakness and about being weak, and that being soft and submissive is a weak trait. I would love to say that that is very far from the truth. There is a lot of strength in being soft and being trusting and letting go and allowing God to lead and do what is necessary for you in your life. This area is hard. I'm not going to sit and say that this is completely easy and that I've mastered this. No. And I'm going to get into this a little bit more and show you that femininity comes with a lot of growth and a lot of reflection, and knowing when you are struggling in an area and when you are actually mastering an area. Being submissive and being soft is seen as weak, but there is so much strength in that. And there is so much resilience and confidence in knowing that, you know what, everything is going to be okay. And I don't need to be so rough and so hard. I don't need to stress. I don't need to rush to do things. I can take my time and actually get things done properly and do things properly. Sometimes being aggressive in certain areas of your life, I'm not going to say in everything, but in certain areas, can cause destruction. So knowing to let go, to release that control, and just sitting back and just letting things run its course, there is a lot of strength and resilience in that. Another misconception is that it's all about appearance. Appearance is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. There is a lot about femininity that has to do with appearance. That is true. I'm not going to say that it's not, but femininity is really an internal transformation that is seen outwardly. So when you start to think different and believe things differently and move differently, you start to portray it on the outside as well. So yeah, you are going to start to see yourself dressing a little bit better. You are going to start to see yourself styling your hair in a different way and wearing different types of jewelry and wearing different types of clothes and colors, and you know, wanting to see what looks good on you and wanting to look good when you leave the house and wanting to care more about your appearance. Yeah, those things come with it, but that's not what it is totally about. So don't think, or don't let people think that you are trying to be shallow or vain. It's none of that. Those things are important for anybody if you want to have good confidence and self-esteem. paying attention to things like your appearance is important. So don't think that you are being a shallow person or shallow or whatever the case is because you care about those things. No. Another misconception that is really big, and I'm starting to see a lot more creators talk about this, is that it's only for a certain demographic of women, this demographic. And that's not true. Being feminine is for everyone. It's not just for the rich. It's not just for those who can afford luxury. It's not just for famous people. It's not just for married people. It's for every woman who was born woman, who believes that this is something that they want to embrace and enjoy. Then it is for you. That's it. I mean, I don't know, you may start to see that you like better quality things. You may start to feel like your taste in things becomes a little bit more expensive. And that just comes with it, and it's fun, honestly. Those things are fun. So don't think that you can't be feminine because you can't afford luxury. I mean, that's not true. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that that's not true. I try to make luxury affordable as much as I can, and I try to show how you can have fun and romanticize your life and make it seem luxurious even when it isn't. Like, you can have like a bowl of ice cream that you got and make it feel luxurious. Like, there's so many different ways you can do this, but it's not just for the rich, it's not just for white women, it is for everybody. So now that we discovered what it is not, let's talk about what femininity is. So there are a lot of amazing examples out there of women who embody femininity in the best way. And you normally see this in movies or like the old 1950s characters like the Dorothy Dandridge, Marilyn Monroe, the Audrey Hepburn. I can't remember people's names right now, but that one character in Suits, she's femininity to me. And even in some other shows as well, some other movies and some other shows, you will see different examples of what femininity looks like. Like Tony in Girlfriends is another really great example of femininity. Gina and Martin, I would even say, are really great examples of femininity, and I feel like those are more relatable examples. But you can also take some really great examples from the Bible itself. So a really famous and popular way to describe a feminine woman is the Proverbs 31. And that's because she embodies grace, resilience, confidence. She is resourceful. She is nurturing. She was happy. She was a happy woman. She did a lot of things. She embodied a lot of different things. And I'm not saying you have to be all of that, but she was very confident in herself. So let's talk about how we can live these things in our daily lives. And this is going to be really simple and easy. I'm not going to make this too complicated. So I'm going to go through 5 different steps onto how we can actually make this our reality. So first, I want you to purge yourself of negative self-talk. I want you to stop saying negative things about yourself. If you've ever caught yourself saying things like, I'm broke, or no good men out there, or I'm never gonna get married, or I'll never find friends, or I'll never make friends, or life is so hard, it's so complicated, everything is against me. If you're constantly saying these things over yourself, you are going to ruin it for yourself. So what you can do instead of falling into the trap of this negative self-talk is trying to find other ways to say things instead. So maybe if you are, money is a little bit short right now, and instead of saying things like I'm broke, say things like it's not in the budget today, or I will have it next time, or I'll find a way to make this work another time, or I'll save up so that I can do this another time. Something like that. Something that brings things to you instead of taking it away from you. I hope that makes sense, because there is a lot of power in the words that we say and the things that we do. And if you want to experience softness in your life, then positivity and positive reinforcement is going to be your best friend. Number 2, I want you to read more and listen to some more podcasts. So books are really great. There is a book that I'm reading right now by Miles Monroe that talks about womanhood, and the purpose of women and what it means to be a woman in today's society. It's a really great book. I didn't finish it. I started it last year and I didn't finish it. So my goal is to finish it this year, and I'm so excited to do so. So maybe I'll even come back in another video and we can unpack this book together. Let me know in the comment section below if you are interested in this book. Also, there are some amazing podcasts. Some podcasts that I enjoy are Dr. Michelle Daff, The Feminine Impression. I love her podcast. I love her and I love her videos. She's one of my favorites. Other is the Amanda Ferguson. I love her podcast too, and I really like her videos. They're more on the authentic, I'm just talking side of things, and I really do like her approach to femininity. These are really great women and really great examples that you can follow. There are some others out there as well. So if you want kind of like a rundown of some really good podcasts, I can definitely list out some amazing ones in the description box below. And of course, this channel, we do talk a lot about femininity here and a lot about personal growth, and I want to continue to create that environment here. So if that's something that you are interested in, then definitely subscribe so that we can build this feminine family together and just grow and have and experience abundance together. I want you to also set daily goals. So set goals that you can achieve and accomplish throughout the day. So that could be deciding that you're going to wake up earlier, or deciding that you're going to go to bed earlier. Maybe you're going to work out, or maybe you're going to take 10 minutes out of each day to spend some time with God. Whatever it is, set a goal for that day. Of course, have your long-term goals, but I want you to find a way to set goals for right now so that you can feel accomplished throughout the day, because this is going to help build your confidence and your self-esteem when you are achieving your own personal daily goals. Or I think we are at number 4. I want you to work on your appearance. So I did talk about appearance a little bit as being one of the misconceptions of femininity, but it is still an important aspect of it. So with that, I want you to know, what looks good on you, what doesn't look good on you. Go through and raid your closet and find things that do not enhance your femininity and get rid of them. Find and embrace different styles and trends that actually do enhance and keep you closer to that. Learn your colors, learn about makeup, learn about hair, learn about fragrance, and the different things that make femininity what it is, and the different things that are going to make you feel ultimately good about yourself. So that will be fun, and I will have another video about appearance. I have a lot of videos on style and appearance, but I will do one specifically for this so that you can kind of get the hang of it and know exactly what I'm talking about. So make sure you are subscribed and stay tuned for that. And finally, at number 5, I want you to affirm yourself. So say positive things about yourself and about your life and about this journey. Find scriptures like the one I said, Proverbs 30:31. Learn that scripture, read it, and know what it means to be feminine, and find things in there that you can say to and about yourself. Look up affirming words and affirming phrases that you can say to yourself before your day starts, or before you go to bed, or whatever you have to do. Just speak life and speak positivity about yourself and your situation. Becoming more feminine is about embracing the beauty within and truly loving who you are on this journey. So don't be so hard on yourself if you are making mistakes along the way. That happens, and honestly, that's something that we can all learn from and just laugh about. Like, we don't have to take things so seriously. Make this fun for yourself. Find things, be consistent, and just enjoy the journey. And until next time, ladies, keep glowing and growing and have feminine fun. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.